Hey guys! Didn't realize I had turned the camera on. So, hello. Did I say something? What is today? Tuesday, right? Monday. Yeah, yesterday was Sunday. Woo. I guess all the days are blending in this week. Okay, happy Monday. But I think I did I do a video today already? I think I did a short one. Yeah, I think I did. Anyway. Still got a little bit of a cough left over. But I hope everybody's Monday is A-okay. You can see that it is bright and sunny in South Kakalaki and hot. The sun here is just so disrespectful to the people. Cares nothing about us. So yes, it has, and then it kills me because it'll have a breeze, but it's just a hot wind blowing. Really? And I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she's in Michigan, and my sister was saying it was hot up there. She's like, no, we haven't gotten above 88, I think it was. And here she was working in her flower beds, and it was like 70 something up there. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I actually heard that South Dakota, they have been talking about maybe they would get a snowstorm. I tell you, we are really messing up the environment because we got snow in June and July in other states and feeling like the equator in other ones. Yeah. So, I'm sure you all have seen that our buddy McNasty was up all night making videos. Oh. For her not to like us, she is now, I think she's going to make another one today. So it'll be like the third or fourth video on people that she don't like. And you all should be commended because she comes and reads all the comments in the chat. If I could figure out how, if you were not a subscriber, that you could not read the chat, I wouldn't let her ass read nothing that you all say. But so be it, since she's so damn nosy. I don't go to her chat. Not that she has people in her chat. It's the same 4 or 5 from what I hear, and they say the same thing. They don't even know how to act when she goes on one of these rants. And I hear she was drinking. So she's talking about other people drinking. I heard she was drinking, and we know how she act on her cheap Dollar Tree wine now. She be getting down on the Dollar Tree. So, you know, as a human, I had some things I was going to say to her, and they were not going to be nice. Matter of fact, I was going to put a warning on this video to my subs that I was going to get down and dirty, and you may not want to watch this, but I was going to promise you this will be the only time I dip that low. But then the God that lives in me and not in other people that we know said, Deborah, who is this bald-headed woman? Who is, Bob the Builder? Who is he woman over there? Nobody. You don't know her. Why give her that much of your time? And I said, you know what? You right. Because while the rest of us were sleeping, this crazy ass broad is up reading chats and looking at videos. And it's a good thing I make my videos short so that her attention span would be able to keep up with the whole time that I'm talking. But, you calling me names? I keep telling you it don't bother me. But what I am going to say, and that's the only reason why I'm bringing her up, I am going to say this. You decided to put my parents' name come out of your nasty ass mouth, and I don't believe I ever said anything negative about your family. Matter of fact, I lifted your sister up because she truly is a woman of God and carries herself that way 24/7. And when people were going over there even to inquire about you to her, I was like, hey, don't go in her chat because she's really trying to spread the gospel, unlike her fake sister. So that is the only thing I've said about your family. But I will say this, since you decided to want to name call on my parents, that is so I can see that you don't have no social skills, because that's the stuff you did back in elementary school. I think my grandbaby done surpassed that in middle school. That's just childish. Childish. But I am going to say this to you. The one thing I do know is that my parents wanted me and they loved me. And I was given a good life. We didn't have to move from pillar to post unless my father's job was moving us. We got to travel in country and out of the country. We did family vacations every summer, sometime during spring break. We did things. We had a house with a pool in the back in the ground. We had trucks, boats, cars. You know, I can only think of one time that I inquired about getting something from my mom and I didn't get it. So I had parents that did for me, loved me, fed me, never went hungry, never went without having water to be able to bathe in. I was definitely not in that group of the smelly kids or going to school with my hair uncombed and things like that. They were not drug addicts or alcoholics. They worked and provided for their family. And so I thank them. So you come back on your platform and tell me if you can say that about your parents. Because see, I don't get on YouTube and talk derogatory about my mom or my dad. Even if they were the worst parents in the world, I still wouldn't get out here and say that. Especially when I myself were not a good parent. But my son loves me. And since you like checking out my page, you've seen I had a great day on the weekend with my granddaughter, who also loves me, who I spend time with. So, ma'am, I will not be getting down in the dirt with you and calling you names and all that good stuff. But I did want to bring it to your attention that I came from a good home. Yeah, I did. It afforded me a lot of nice things. Yeah. So, all you can do is call me names, but the thing is, because I was afforded a decent childhood, I grew up to be a decent woman. And you are a product of your environment, and well, we see how that turned out. But the thing is, I've met plenty of people who came from as bad as you or worse, and they managed to turn themselves around to be reasonable, productive individuals. Intelligent, working, providing for their families, and living a good life. So, really, you can change things around if you choose to. But I guess there are that other side who would rather lay up on somebody's couch all day and watch Netflix and cook up all the greasy food that don't nobody want to eat because they're probably tearing their stomach. They probably got stomach aches or having the runs from all that damn grease and parsley because they ain't got nothing else to do with their life. And that is the sad part. That is sad to get to a place where you're way older than younger and you have not had any accomplishments. You can't look back and say that you did anything good. You can't even look forward and say that you're gonna do anything good for anybody. You can't even look and say, I take care of myself. Yeah. That's got to be pretty sad. But so be it. So guys, enough of that sad, boring stuff. It irks me to even have to say stuff like that, because I'm so much better. But yeah, I'm hoping everybody's having a wonderful Monday. Love the palm trees. The palmetto tree is our tree for the state. Yes, this is the palmetto state, and we have palm trees. And I don't think they originated from here, if I'm not mistaken. So isn't that ironic that the state tree is a palm tree and they didn't even originate here? But I guess I would really have to say that I'm a Georgia peach, since that's where I originated from. Well, I am out running an errand or two and picking up my grandbaby from daycare. And I need to pick up a few things from the store, like toiletries. I think that was all I was going to do. Today is just one of those days that I'm just not getting it together with the brain cells. It seems like, I'm going to stop by Lowe's. Does anybody know something that is not harmful, but you could put in your yard to keep other dogs out? Because, come to find out today, because Parker was just off the chain today, barking, and there is, I hate how they cut up the land down here, because a lot of it is air property. So you may have, 7 siblings that have so many acres apiece. So 4 may say, we're not going to sell ours, and the other 3 want to sell theirs. But because it's all connected together, because it's air property, you'll have where one person sells an acre, but it might be right smack in the middle, and somebody else owns the acres around it. You know what I'm saying? So where I live on 2 acres, and then behind it, a church bought like a half an acre, and they put a cemetery on it. Yeah. But they didn't have any way to get to their land. So they had to do an easement through the property to be able to have, put in a dirt road to get back there to the cemetery. So what I always thought was, when I seen people going back there, I thought it was loved ones going to put flowers on, their family graves and stuff. Well, no, come to find out, there's another guy that has some land behind the cemetery. And then I kept having this lady come to my house for the last couple of months. She keeps coming, wanting to know who has dog pens back there and all this stuff. And I told her, I don't even know what's past the cemetery, because once I seen the cemetery, I backed it on back up into my area. So I was talking to my neighbor today, and he was telling me there's a guy that has 30 to 60 dogs back there. And that's what the lady was talking about, because she bought the property at an auction, sight unseen. She didn't know that there was no way for her to get to the property other than going down somebody else's driveway, which then most of the time they charge you, and then you can use it. And then she got Mr. Dogman next to her property. And I don't know if he's on part of her property, because, a lot of times people will squat on property that's been sitting there for years. And so I told her I could not answer those questions. So today, I kept trying to figure out, why was Parker barking? And there's like 2 big old dogs on the porch. And then I see 2 more dogs, and then 2 little hound dog puppies. It was like about 7 or 8 dogs just running amok in my yard and the neighbor's yard. And I was like, is somebody visiting you with some dogs? And he was like, no. That's what he told me about the dogs in the back. And because they can smell Parker and they can smell their dog, of course, they just stayed around our houses. And now the guy that owns the dogs, he doesn't even live down there. How do you do that? You just go put your dogs on a piece of land, and I don't see him come out that often. So I don't know if he come out once a month, once a week or whatever, and just leave them. And apparently the dogs must have got out. But I'm thinking, It's hot. I don't know if they have water or food or whatever. So I am going to put in for the, what they call them now? They ain't called it dog catcher no more. Is it the Humane Society? SP, whatever it is. SPC? Something like that. Anyway, the people that pick up dogs and stuff, I'm going to contact them and let them know that those dogs are back there, because it is too dang on hot for them to be back there, and they may not have the resources that they need, such as food and water. Because I keep water, a lot of times when Parker goes out, I have water that I put out every day, so if he's playing outside, he has water. But with it being so hot, he doesn't go out like that and stay long. So they were over there drinking up the water I had out there for him. I don't understand. People do not need to have animals if they're not going to treat them right. That is the USC Stadium, South Carolina. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Yeah, University of South Carolina. All right, people, I'm almost at my destination, so I'm going to get off here, and I was on here longer than I anticipated. So I will chit-chat with you guys later. Bye. And oh, hey, you know what, guys? Let's not give her any fuel, because she wants us to go back and forth with her, because if you notice, her views have gone up since she decided to want to banter against us. So let's not give her anything to talk about in the chat, because she already knows we call her names over here and we talk about her horrible behavior. So that's nothing new. So she's going to have to go back and look at some of the old chats to get something to do videos on, because she has no content. All right, guys. Bye-bye.